My name is Eric. I'm a full-time digital nomad who's been living out of this Subaru Forester for the past 14 months as I'm traveling around the country. And I'm gonna make this video super easy for you and just give you my 12 game-changing essentials for living in a car full-time. Number 1, a kitchen. Now, I'm of the mindset that just because I live in a vehicle doesn't mean I have to eat ramen noodles or dehydrated meals every single night. I like to cook with real food, and therefore I needed a real kitchen. So I opted to do this slide-out kitchen in the back of my car. It has 2 parts, meaning I have a nice big area for prep, and I have a 2-burner stove here. For me, it's really important that I cook with whole foods, and I'm able to cook on 2 burners. So for starters, this is a Shawwagon slide-out camp table. It's available for any maker model of car. It's available for the passenger side or the driver's side of the vehicle. It does have a slide-out drawer here for utensils and a nice big area for a collapsible sink, although I opted to cut down this large cutting board and put that there instead. This is a Coleman 2-burner stove and it fits this model very well. It should accommodate most 2-burner stoves on the market. It has this adjustable leg here that screws into the bottom of the 2-burner stove area, and it has multiple locks here so you can adjust the height of this leg. This way, no matter what uneven ground you're on, you always have a good support system on the stove area. When I'm ready to start cooking, I just attach this hose to my propane tank mounted here on the side of the vehicle. I attach this arm which goes into the stove, and I'm off and cooking in just 30 seconds. If you're interested in seeing a full review of this kitchen in action, I did an entire video all about using this every single day and some of the meals I've cooked on the road, so I'll put a link right here. Number 2, a small collapsible table. Now, whether you're looking for a small table to put some food on, or maybe something just to hold your drink while you're sitting by the fire, you're gonna need some sort of compact table. And that's where the Nemo Moonlander has been everything I've been looking for in a small collapsible table. The Nemo Moonlander is small and compact, folds down, hides away easily, holds up to 100 pounds, and converts into 2 different sizes. The Nemo Moonlander gets its innovation from these collapsible legs, which break down in the middle just like a tent pole does. Once you take the legs off, they then fold down here into the bottom of the table, and the whole entire table collapses down into itself. You can see I'm doing everything one-handed, which makes it very convenient to set up and break down whenever I need to. The cool thing is, when you open up the table, you actually have these other small legs here. Now the table resembles more of a Moonlander itself. And what's great about this is you can put this on any small surface. But probably the best thing about this table is that it holds 100 pounds. Number 3, easy access to your water. Rotopacks are a super convenient way to store water outside of your vehicle. They save a ton of space on the inside of your car, and they carry up to 2 gallons of water each. They also make them available to store gasoline or diesel fuel. The only real pain with Rotopacks is in order to get the water out of this, I gotta unscrew this. I actually keep a lock on mine so no one can take that. So I have to undo the lock first, then unscrew this, then take this off, then find a table to rest it on as I pour the water out. And if you're just trying to do something like brush your teeth or wash your hands, that's really not the most convenient way to do it. So instead, I got this. Now this is literally just a little water spout that connects to the Rotopacks itself. And when you want water, you take the cap off, you squeeze this, and you got flowing water coming out of it. Again, great for brushing your teeth or just rinsing off your hands. And that literally just took me a couple seconds. I didn't have to take the Rotopacks off to do any of that. Number 4, a real refrigerator. As I mentioned earlier, I cook with real food, so I needed a real refrigerator to store all that food. And that's why I went with this 12-volt fridge over just a simple ice chest. A 12-volt fridge like this is so convenient. First off, this one has 2 zones, a refrigerator side, and I can actually make it into a freezer side, although 99% of the time I use it as one single zone just as a refrigerator. You can set it to whatever temperature you want. Mine's always set at 33 degrees, and this particular model even has an ice maker. This one is made by EcoFlow. It is the EcoFlow Glacier, although I don't know if this company is making this anymore, so you may have to find other models. But trust me, this is way better than an ice chest. An ice chest, even the more expensive ones, usually are a little bit more economical than say a 12-volt fridge. Even a really expensive ice chest will run you about $300, but a 12-volt fridge might run you somewhere between $600 to $1,100. But trust me, this is so much better. For starters, you don't have to worry about getting ice every 3 days. When that ice melts, it doesn't get into all your food. You can store a lot more food in there because you're not trying to save space for ice and food. It's just a much better setup. Remember, just because I live in a car doesn't mean it's really any different from living in a house. Try living in your house and keeping all of your food in an ice chest. It would not be fun. Number 5, portable power. Now, even though I'm in the middle of nowhere, I still need power to run my refrigerator and all of my appliances. So I'm going to show you my off-grid power solution. This is the Anker Solix C1000 power station. It supplies up to 1800 watts of power, and it has USB-A ports, USB-C ports, a 12-volt port here on the side, and it has multiple 110 connections. The Solix C1000 has an easy-to-read screen which shows you how much battery you have left, how much power is outgoing, and how much power is incoming when you're charging it. It has this built-in light at the top so you can easily see in the car in the dark. And when I need to charge this, I can charge it either via solar, plug it into the car's 12-volt system, or take it inside and plug it into a wall outlet, and this will charge up in less than 58 minutes. I use a ratchet strap here to tie it down so it won't shift when driving. And one of the reasons that I went with Anker over some of the other brands is because if one day this 1800 watts just is not enough power for me, I can actually get an extra battery from Anker and connect that to here, right here on the side of the unit. And that will give me double the battery life, the power that's inside of this, and a whole extra battery that can sit right on top. Number 6, solar to charge that portable power. Well, I mentioned earlier that my Anker power station can be recharged via solar, and that is why I have this Anker 400-watt solar blanket. The Renogy is nicknamed the solar blanket because it's kind of like this big flimsy blanket. You can lay it over the top of your car like this, or even it has these hooks here all along the edge so that you can hang it on, say, a tree or even on the side of your vehicle. In optimal sun, this will give me about 400 watts. You can even fold this over and just the panels that are showing will get sun. And the nice thing about the Renogy solar blanket is just how compact it gets when it folds down. This pocket here in the front is where you store all of your cables, and it has these convenient handles to carry it around. Number 7, a shovel. Now, believe it or not, something that's pretty essential to have when you're doing a lot of camping is a shovel. Now, the shovel can be used for lots of reasons. First off, if I ever get stuck in a rut somewhere or a soft sand, I can help dig myself out. But number 2, and I strongly emphasize the number 2 part, I bought this shovel so that I could dig myself some cat holes when necessary. You see, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere a lot, so when nature calls, it's a good 20 or 30 miles until I get to the nearest rest stop or gas station I can use the toilet. So a shovel comes in pretty handy to dig a couple holes. Although recently I've been using this shovel also quite a lot at night when I go to build my fire. This is a better fire poker than really any stick you're gonna find. It's a lot easier to move some hot coals or large logs around in the fire. Number 8, a camp chair. This is the GCI Freestyle Rocker. It retails for about $80. Now, if you spend even half as much time as I do outside, you're gonna want a really comfortable chair. And I know that they make those like small, compact, foldable backpack chairs that weigh like 2 pounds, and they are convenient for their size. However, I just didn't find them very comfortable to sit in for a long time. That's why I opted for this rocking chair. The little rocking motion really makes this feel like I have a lazy boy outside. This is absolutely not the smallest thing to be charting around in a car around the country in. But for me, I wanted comfort when I'm sitting outside, since that's where I'm at 100% of the time when I'm not sleeping or driving. Number 9, Starlink. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the video, I am a digital nomad, which means I need internet to work. And that is why I have Starlink. I'm often in places where there's zero cell phone coverage. So I've tried things like hotspots or mobile tethering from your phone, and this signal just was not strong enough. Half the time I wouldn't get any kind of signal at all. I've also talked to people who have owned cell phone boosters, and they said they are not very strong either. So unfortunately, if I want to stay in quiet, remote places like this, well, I just need satellite internet to work and live. I went with the Starlink Mini over the big version, mostly for its size and how much power it draws. This has a much smaller footprint than the big version, so it's a lot easier for me to keep in the car. And when this is plugged in, this pulls a continuous 35 watts. So having that Anchor portable power station that supplies 1800 watts of power, even when my car fridge is plugged up to it, my laptop, and my cell phone, I can still run my Starlink no problem. At $165 a month, this is certainly not the cheapest internet plan you're gonna find, but that is the unlimited data plan. They make cheaper plans. I think it's $50 for 50 gigs, but I used 500 gigs last month alone, so I definitely need the unlimited plan. I've tried things like mobile tethering from my phone and mobile hotspots, but unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of cell phone coverage in places where I'm at a lot. Right now, I'm in the mountains in a national forest, and I have zero cell phone coverage. So in order for me to work and stay in these remote places a lot, I definitely needed this. The Starlink Mini has been a game changer for me. Number 10, a road shower. Now, as a nomad, showering does not come easily. I usually get on average 2 to 3 showers a week. It just is what it is. And that's mostly because I rely a lot on Planet Fitnesses. But as I mentioned before, I'm in the middle of a mountain right now. There are no Planet Fitnesses around. The nearest Planet Fitness is like hundreds of miles away from here. So when I'm out in nature and I need a shower, that's when I'll use my road shower. A road shower is a black steel tube mounted to the top of your vehicle. It is black and it is steel, so that way the sun beats down on that and heats water that is inside of this all day long. This is a 4-gallon model, although they do make bigger models like 11 gallons. It's easy to use. You put your water in here, and when you're ready to take a shower, you can hook up a bike pump or an electric pump. I use an electric pump, and when you're ready, just attach a shower head and you're good to go. I've made lots of videos where I show this road shower in action, so I'll put a link right here to one of these videos right now so you can see how this exactly works. Number 11, motion lights. Now, when I was doing the build out for this car, I was really thinking about the places I would be staying in like this. This is a national forest, as I mentioned, and it gets very, very dark here at night. So I wanted lights around the car so that I can easily see when I'm just getting around camp. Plus, what if I get to camp really late and I'm trying to find a spot like this in the dark? I wanted lights outside the vehicle, going down on the ground and showing me what I'm about to drive over. And there's lots of different lights I looked at for my vehicle, but they all needed wiring, they run to the battery, and then they needed some sort of switch, and they're all kind of expensive. And I was looking for a much more economical way to do it, and just honestly an easier way to do it. And that's where I came across these motion lights. So first off, you can get these individually or a set of 4. I opted to get a set of 4 because you'll see that I have them on the back and the sides of the car. But literally, this is just a little solar powered motion light. When you turn it on, it's very hard to see in the daylight, obviously, but this does have multiple modes to it. The first mode being a very light mode, the second mode being kind of a medium, and the third, of course, being the brightest. This third mode is also the mode that sets off the motion sensor. So when something goes around this sensor here, it'll set off this motion light. Therefore, if I walk by the car, this motion light will be set off, or if a person or animal walks by that motion light, it'll also set it off. Also, when I'm driving down dirt roads like this late at night, just driving sets off the motion light, and that way I have a good perimeter light around the side of the vehicle and it allows me to see out here a lot easier. I have one mounted here on the back, and I have another one mounted here on the other side of the vehicle. So I love these motion lights on the side of the car because when I walk by it, it just kicks right on. I have one on the driver's side, I have one on the back, and I have one on the passenger side. And so anywhere around camp at night, I can easily see around here. Even if I didn't have the fire going, I could easily see. It makes it really convenient. I love having these. I even put one in the tailgate area right here on the inside of the glass, right here, so that when I'm cooking at night, I have my kitchen pulled out here. And that way, this only kicks on when I'm back here moving around so I can easily see. But this is also just on Velcro 3M strips up there on the glass and on the back of the light. And so now I can take this around camp and I can easily see anywhere around camp if I need to. Even if I didn't have the fire going, I can easily see anywhere around camp. And as a bonus entry before we get to number 12, fairy lights inside of the car for easy lighting. So what I really love about these fairy lights is they just create the perfect amount of ambiance and light in the middle of the night. So I have them just strung up there. These are so lightweight that I literally just have them held up with some push pins. That's what that is right there, holding these things up. And they create a great amount of light here at nighttime. The other great thing about these lights is that the wire is just so thin, you can wrap it around handles. I actually just push them up inside of like the seatbelt area that comes down from the roof or the back seat. and they're just kind of tucked into the light here because that's how thin these things are. And I put the controller that turns them on and off right here next to my bed, just using some 3M strips that just tape to the side of the car here. And that's where the controller is. It's right next to my bed, so I can turn them on and off if I need to. Makes it very easy. Number 12, a deep sleep mattress. So as I mentioned earlier, I do live out of this car full time, which means I sleep in it every single night, and I absolutely did not want to compromise on a good night's sleep. So when I started looking around at a really comfortable mattress for my car, I stumbled across the Deep Sleep mattress. The Deep Sleep mattress is made for any make or model of car, and you can get it for the passenger side or the driver's side. It is a 5-inch thick mattress, and it is made of foam and air, so it gives you a very comfortable feeling. It's made of this incredibly soft material on top, so it feels very comfortable to sleep on. When you go to the Deep Sleep mattress website, you're going to look for the make and model of your car. It is specifically molded to fit that make and model, so it's very important to get the right one. I use a 10-degree sleeping bag by Sea to Summit on top for those cold, chilly nights. I have done an entire dedicated video to this mattress, so if you're interested in seeing exactly how this fits for me, I'll put a link right here where you can watch that video now. And well, that is it. These are the things that I use literally every single day that truly do make my life easier as a full-time nomad living out of a car. By the way, everything that I talked about in this video will be down in the description below, so if you're interested in checking any of these out, I will have affiliate links. That means that you pay the exact same price, but I do get a small commission. I'm not sponsored by any single one of these companies mentioned in this video. Everything I talked about in this video, I did buy with my own money, and they really are things that I truly believe in and live by every single day. Well, thank you for escaping normal life with me. I hope you found this video helpful. I have lots of others here you can check out where you can escape normal life with me all the time.